Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. Hit the like button, comment. You guys know how YouTube goes. That would be much appreciated. Cost-free, but goes a long way for the channel. So thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I really I'm a little flabbergasted right now, to be honest with you, dude. Like, it's a little surreal seeing Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo work out together. Like, I'm a little shook by it, to be honest with you. Like, it was so cool yesterday. Did the draft show, had a blast, came home, and, late last night started seeing the videos of Giannis at the Aces game. And we were actually talking about that on the draft show. We're like, I wonder where Giannis is, dude. Like, where in the world is Giannis? Because we heard that he was coming back to the States when Shams was talking about it. I didn't know he was going to Vegas because we even joked about Vegas during the draft show, which, by the way, was a draft show where we covered none of the draft. We were just celebrating Giannis, as we should. Although I appreciate Kashad Johnson. He was awesome. He brought the slam dunk trophy. That thing was cool looking. And then we had Wayne Ellington, and they really couldn't talk about Giannis. Transparently, everybody on the Heat, they're very buttoned up. They don't want to talk about it. They don't. Nobody wants to jinx anything. Nobody wants to ruffle any feathers. Respect on their thing. So I know people get annoyed by it. I wish everybody could just be out here celebrating. But it is what it is right now. And that will come. So we were wondering, where the hell is Giannis? And Giannis is like, hey, I'm going right to Sin City with the family to go watch an Aces game with Bam. And I'm just like, I'm a little, whoa, this is a thing now. Look at that duo together. And shout out to whoever got the video of them walking out of the tunnel. If that's not goosies galore, dude, you just don't have a pulse. Like, that is goosies on top of, and I'm a little like, I'm having a little trouble wrapping my head around it, to be honest with you, because, this is a guy who's obviously one of the best players in the league, but this is also a guy that these guys had such tremendous battles. And it had always been said that they have a great respect for each other. Giannis has thrown the flowers at Bam all the time, vice versa. But to see them now, they're going to be teammates, and like they're the only one. They're like, we're not waiting. That, like, for Giannis's first move coming back to the States is like, I'm going to we're Bam. Where are you? I'm going to the States. I'm working out with you. And there was photos today that came out of them post-workout in a Vegas gym. And I'm just like, dude, I don't even know what to do with what do we do with our hands right now with these guys? Like, people can talk about the rest of the roster. Fine. There's plenty of takes that are out there right now. We'll get into some of them. Some of the characters are funny. But Bam and Giannis and Bam together, and they're already out there in another city working out. And we were like talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I could see them all meet up in Vegas once Summer League starts. Summer League doesn't start for like another 2 weeks. But Bam's obviously out there because his significant other, she plays for the Aces. Her name is Asia Wilson, and so Bam frequents those games. And spends his summers basically in Las Vegas for the last few summers. The fact that Giannis is first move coming back, he's like, this trade's official. Bam, time to get to work, dude. And I am just, it's crazy. I'm having trouble like wrapping my mind around this. While everybody's got their takes and all this type of stuff, like, I think it's ridiculous right now to have the takes. I'm not surprised by it. Like, we have all the same losers from the Big Three era. They're all popping their heads up out of the tape. Skip Bayless, he thinks Giannis is semi-retiring. Bill Simmons doesn't even think he'll make the finals. Chris Broussard, haven't heard from Chris Broussard in a hot minute. Chris Broussard says Giannis is going to regret going to Miami. I was like, man, it's like I feel like it's 2010 all over again with all these LeBron takes. It's the same heads. It's the same people. Mike Wilbon says that. Yeah, what did he put yesterday? He said Giannis is a myth or something like that, or Giannis is like just a theory. He's a theoretical player. And I'm just like, damn, the disrespect that they're pouring on this guy is immense. And usually when that coincides with the Miami Heat, good things happen. And and the only guy publicly as one of the hot takers that's been pretty positive about it in the mainstream has been Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith's like, I think you guys are disrespecting Bam Adebayo. The Heat are going to get people. Pat Riley's going to maybe get Damian Lillard. And, you know, a lot of the guys who are real basketball guys, I saw the Morris twins and the Morris twins, not surprised. They're big Bam guys. Markieff played down here. Although he had some things to say on the parting out because of how the health thing works out. A lot of guys seem to have like discrepancies with Heat health staff. That seems to be out on the door. Chris Bosh, speaking of, Chris Bosh, very positive about it. You guys should go see what he said on social media. That was really, really cool about, his belief in the Heat to build around these two guys. But it's these two guys, the foundation. And it's huge for both of them. You know, the legacy on the line for both of them is huge, right? Giannis has been wanting to leave Milwaukee. He's got to, obviously, he said that he wants to come to a place where he's going to win. And he needs to go and prove that and show that he's still one of the best players in the league. And does he have that in it? Does he have the durability still in him? But the guy he gets to go up with, that he's teaming up with, is the guy who defended him the best in the league. But also, look, Bam Adebayo, I don't know if anybody's had to, if anybody's been in the guy's corner more than I have with a microphone. But even for Bam, huge opportunity, right? There's no Tyler Hero here anymore. There's no Jimmy Butler here anymore. This organization has said, we want to build around you. The legends of this organization have wrapped their arms around you, all right? And this is your revamped next chapter to go get a title. You're not a baby anymore like you were with Jimmy Butler in the bubble, and you're not even a young, spry thing at 25, 26 years old when you got to the finals a second time. And now you guys are both in the primes of your career. You've very clearly everybody's like, oh yeah, they both very clearly have been wanting this. Both with something to prove. And people have questions about the fit. People have questions about the effectiveness of the two of them as a duo to lift other guys up. And I am riveted by this season and to see what these guys can do. I can't freaking. It's funny, man. Them seeing those guys together last night and the pictures today, it made me more excited than the draft night or the trade night. Excuse me. It made me more excited than the trade night. The trade night was cool, but I told you, and it had a little level of relief to it. It's like, oh, fine, it's over. The Heat got him. We know they've wanted him. They beat Boston on him. But now I'm actually like getting, just really, really, really pumped up to see these guys and the work they're going to do together. And I got excited today because I saw Davion Mitchell in the gym. I'm like, oh, can't wait to see what Davion brings to the table. He was going up against Jaime Jaquez Jr. I don't know when this stuff was filmed, post-trade, in-trade. I'm not sure. I'm, Pelle Larsson, seeing Pelle Larsson working out and doing his thing. Jovic, dude, doing his thing with Serbia. And I'm just excited to see what all these guys bring to the table for this team. Spo. Look, definitely have given Spo a hard time over the last couple of years with all these young guys and certainly with the playing and what direction are they going in. But I do know this. That Erik Spoelstra with elite talent, getting the best out of those guys and putting the role players in the right spots around them. The guy's a madman. He's going to make things happen in the right way. He's been cooking this up in his brain for a long time. A long time, dude. And this is a team that is so embodied of his identity as a coach. It's almost sickening, like how much this is an Erik Spoelstra duo to bring everything. The competitiveness, the fierceness, the two-way effectiveness of both of these guys. It's an Erik Spoelstra built foundation. And credit to him last year. He tried gimmicking up the offense. He tried a little something new. Love that Spo was able to try that. But this is a Spo team. And so I get very, very just excited to think about this. And the other stuff that's out there is fun. Like there's some big splashy things out there like LeBron and John Morant. And I don't know what to make of it. Like LeBron posting Giannis today could be something. Could be nothing. I don't know. It's actually funny because that quote was something I made fun of on the radio like crazy. The whole, so steps to success. I was like, you just got beaten 5 by Jimmy Butler. And we're talking about steps to success. We're doing this the second time the gentleman swept you. Now he makes a great point. I mean, he really, looking back on my immaturity, it really was Giannis who was they always say one of the great basketball philosophers of our time, was Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like they talk about Socrates and Giannis as the great philosophers of our time. Aristotle, but great points by Giannis. There is no failure, just steps to success. I missed the boat. Hey, I missed the boat on that, Giannis. But I do it. I can't wait for this. I really I am giddy. I can't stop. Every time I see the pictures, I'm like, it's crazy. And the things that are fun, the takes that are out there from like the Boston haters is insane coping. Like it's unbelievable. And then Perkins today, he's just like out here, and he's such a flip-flopper. It's really hard to take his take seriously. But he just says things that are just like, they should go get John Morant. They should go get Kawhi. It's like, oh yeah? Do you know what do you know what the mechanisms of that are? Or you're just like, just say names. I'm like, what? This is insane. I will say the idea that I guess he said on McAfee today that teams that want Ja, that the Grizzlies calling about Ja, that teams want an asset. I think anybody who's watched this knows I was very into the Ja Morant idea. I don't know the fit. We're talking shooting with this team, and we'll get into the shooters that have been kicked about with some of the names. None that I'm really too down. I'm a little wary on Klay Thompson. I'm like, what does he have left in the tank? Khris Middleton, I am more open to because obviously he's got the close relationship with Giannis. Tim Hardaway Jr. Feels like it's been circling the Heat forever. It just feels meant to be. So I hope that happens. That's definitely one that I would be into. I would love to see Tim Hardaway Jr. on the team. Buddy Hield would be another one cool because Buddy Hield, Heat fan growing up, or at least watched Heat games, and Eric Reed is the only guy, the great Eric Reed, who I saw yesterday at the draft party and also looked delighted about this. But Eric Reed, the only road guy that he's given a kaboom to by Buddy Hield's request, that he's done it for, is Buddy Hield. So Eric Reed getting to do kabooms for Buddy Hield in a Heat jersey feels like it was. And then Anfernee Simons is a very intriguing one because he's so, he's still young, still stuff to prove. But Sniper, people are saying that I'm a little surprised because people seem to think that he's not going to make a ton of money. And he's coming off of a pretty decent contract. But he is, what's he is? He's going to be, he's 27. He's a little older than I thought he was. He just turned 27 now. I would be, I think that would be, that would be exciting as far as adding like some guys who are still I guess just entering their prime for that. But those other veterans, they know where they're going to fit into this role. One of those guys obviously has experience with Giannis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s got experience with, some pretty prestigious playmakers with Joker and Cade Cunningham. So I think that one is one that makes a ton of sense. It's, basically grew up in the gym. I'm surprised it's honestly never happened. So I would totally dig that and seeing if the Miami Heat could make Tim Hardaway Jr. happen. But as far as the Ja thing, yes, I was very into the Ja thing. If the Heat can get an asset for taking on Ja, let's go off to the races, dude, because now you can kind of just add to the arsenal and you could figure out you could take that pick and then go flip it for something. But I do wonder about, like, hey, does Ja, people wonder about Bam and Ja. I don't worry about that. Ja and Giannis, I'm a little like, does that work? I don't know. I'm not positive if that's one that works. But if you could add an asset along the way and you keep Davy on, which I guess would be tough. So like, you would have to give up Wiggins in a trade like that. You're gonna have to opt in with that unless he's gonna sign. And I guess Norm's gonna sign and trade to Memphis, which is unlikely. And then the Norm thing's obviously a big caveat in this as well, because everybody's already gone to the conclusion that he's not going to be here. But can the Heat make a maneuver with whatever team he wants to go to via sign and trade? That'll be an interesting thing to check out in all of this. And the Heat were able to use that mechanism with Duncan last year. They got Simone Fontecchio, and then they had the trade exception to use for Bobby Portis as well. But all that stuff. Oh, there was one other piece of Heat news. First of all, we got the draft tonight. I'll have, I think, reaction to that. We'll see who they end up taking. But also, Pelle Larsson had his option picked up, which, not surprising. $2.3 million option. He can now sign an extension. He's eligible for that. If not, he is a restricted free agent in the summer. He can sign up to 4 years. I think 93 is the number. I think if he's just wants to lock up a discount deal, I think the Heat will do it. If not, I think this is a guy who's going to be, probably heading towards that in the summertime. But they love Pelle Larsson to death. I mean, like, I think that I'd love to know from somebody in the Heat front office, honestly, if it came down to if the Bucks wanted a Pelle, I'm sure they would have. But if it was a Pelle Kaz decision, we know that there was a report. It was reported. Don't know if it's fact, but there was a report that the Heat wanted to move Davy on and keep Kaz. But which I can understand because I just think it's price. I think that was. I think that yes, they believe in Kaz, but I think it was also a payroll thing, knowing that they were going to be hard capped and they were going to kind of just roll with the young fella. But I would love to know in a hierarchy of the team if they only could have kept one, would it have been Pella or would it have been Kaz? If the Bucks did the Bucks ask for Pelle Larsson? Did they say either or? Did the Heat protect Pella more? I would love to know that, but I do think for a win now team, I think Pelle Larsson's the guy. I think they got the guy. I always said to Leo, I think Kaz has got the ceiling. I'm kind of curious about that shooting, the ceiling, but it is an unknown. It's untapped potential. Pella, I have very little doubt Pelle Larsson's going to be a positive impact on this team. There's just no chance that Pelle Larsson is a non-factor on this team. He is just so built for something like this. So I'm excited about that. I am very, very excited about that. But I mean, the Bam and Giannis photos, dude. I'm swooning over this stuff. This is incredible. I'm like, heavens to Betsy. Pat Riley, you handsome devil. You did it.